Millions of Americans are getting ready for Thanksgiving, one of the nation's major holidays, where much of the emphasis is placed on food. But this annual celebration will be followed by others in the next few weeks, and many people will not be able to resist the temptation to consume more calories than usual. Tonight, we have some healthy tips for you from nutrition and fitness counselor Nancy Rogers. Joining her is Carrie Stramler, a University of Arizona employee who is working on losing weight. Thanks for being here.
Oh, we're glad to be here.
Let's begin with you, Nancy. Where do you work and what's your mission at that place?
Well, I work at the University of Arizona. I'm the coordinator for employee wellness, and the team that I work with is called Life and Work Connections. We're considered a benefit through human resources for employees.
And what do you try to do with these workers, with the employees here at the university?
Our goal is threefold. One, if you're already healthy, we want you to stay healthy. So we have programs developed for healthy people. For those that have a high risk for some sort of chronic disease, whether it's diabetes or heart disease, we want to lower that risk. And for those that already have a chronic disease, we want to be able to manage that more effectively. So that's kind of a threefold goal.
Okay, Carrie, and when did you hear about this organization and why did you decide to get involved?
I've known about it for several years, and I've participated over the years in different programs, but more heavily recently, in the last year.
And tell me a little bit about your weight loss. We were talking prior to this interview about how much you've lost and how much more you want to lose.
Well, I've lost 16 pounds, and I need to lose approximately 20 to 24 more pounds to reach a goal weight that would also be medically where I should be. And also, I would like it.
Great. And Nancy, so how do people go about doing this? We often hear, eat less and exercise more. Is it that simple?
You know, it depends on the individual. There's just lots of different methods that depend on whether you're more of an introverted, extroverted, if you like group activities, if you would rather do things on your own. So we try to do our nutrition and fitness counseling dependent on who that individual is. So if we do one-to-one counseling, I'm a registered dietitian, so there's lots of methods of finding out what's most effective for the individual. But then we also have group classes like Carrie has been involved with weight loss support group. We do some physical activity and group levels for employees. And then there's also campaign type things university-wide, whether it's walking campaigns or awareness type campaigns on different health issues. And I just appreciate the University of Arizona that they support an employee wellness program where they have a real desire to help their employees stay healthy.
And Carrie, if you could tell me about your particular example, what has worked for you and why would you recommend maybe some of those steps to other people who could be watching?
Well, the weight loss support groups have really helped because it's a nice group and there's no judgment and you just dialogue about what, tools and resources that can help you, and Nancy provides those. And I've also found the Walk Across Arizona program really motivates you to get moving.
So are you eating less, eating different foods, exercising more? What's your combination that's worked out so far?
Yes, I eat less, but more of the right things, and I do exercise more, a lot more. I try to get 30 to 60 minutes every day.
Is it easy, hard, challenging, fun? How would you describe it?
It's all of those. It's fun, it's challenging. Some days are harder than others, but some days are easier than others. And usually when you do it, you really do feel a sense of accomplishment, like, I did it, yay.
Okay, Nancy, so we were talking, of course, about Thanksgiving, which is tomorrow, and then depending on the religion, Hanukkah, Christmas, and so on. A lot of food will be available for many people, and how do you just look at it and not consume all that food?
I think one thing to remember is that eating one food or eating at one meal is not going to cause the problem. It's the overall. It's having consistency in the amount of foods that you're eating that you know is at a calorie level to help you lose weight. Keeping in mind that the physical activity is a piece you can't ignore. And so once you know how much you need to be eating, then it's easier to kind of keep track. Whether you journal in a food journal, you keep track of your weight by recording that. Just little points that keep in mind the things that you need to be doing so you don't lose track and think that, oh, I ate too much at Thanksgiving, I might as well just blow it till New Year's. You want to be able to stop and say, no, I had one meal, a little bit more than I should have eaten, that's okay, I'll get back on track.
And Nancy was saying earlier that you should have an end in mind. For example, how do you want to look in January? Do you find that to be part of your plan as well?
It's definitely part of my plan. I mean, I have the overall, but I have a cruise that I want to look good for. So that is my goal, my long-term goal.
Okay. And Nancy, and you were also saying that the metabolic rate changes, so people ought to keep aware of that as well.
And that would be the thing, too, is that as we age, our metabolic rate does decrease. So unless you're doing more exercise and watching the amount of food you're going to be eating, about a 5-pound weight gain over a year's period of time is fairly common for people, even besides the extra eating that you're eating over the holiday season. So keeping that exercise, having a goal in mind, knowing that eating one meal is not making the difference, those are all strategies that I think are really helpful. And also just knowing that it really does affect your health. If you can keep at a healthy weight, your chances of getting diabetes, of having more complications with heart disease, those things are really true. And we really do want to help people be able to get at a healthy weight and stay there.
Okay, well, thank you very much for your participation, and we'll put some links on our website where people can get more tips.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.